Welcome back. We've got episode 15 of the KBA. We are currently in the 2016-2017 season. The upcoming draft class is Kuzma, Tatum, Mitchell, Collins, Lonzo, De'Aaron, Jonathan Isaac, Markkanen, Bam, Jarrett Allen. One of the best draft classes of recent times. We go through a few drafts here now where they're like super elite, and this is one of them. 2016, 2017. This is like Jaylen Brown. This is Ben Simmons. This is Brandon Ingram's like first rookie season. The Celtics suck. The Celtics are like the 14th seed. Dwight's done a lot over here in Boston, but what exactly is it? So a one-time champion, 9-time All-Star, All-NBA, All-Defense. He's still a 92 overall, still one of the best centers in the league. This team's not great either, so I'm not having them give up their pick for this year because that makes no sense. Why would they give the Celtics their pick for this year when they are like, I think, the 9 seed themselves? But the next 3 years for Dwight to go play with Dame, Luol Deng, and then whoever they draft, because they won't be that great either. Kind of have a hole at center. Not really. Like they've got this guy, but this guy can play 4. They also have Andre Blatch too. So Dwight Howard is going to be a San Antonio Spur. LeBron is our MVP. Ben Simmons does win Rookie of the Year. Not a lot of assists for Ben Simmons. Kind of surprised. And he played a lot of minutes. Brandon Jennings, 6th Man of the Year. Braun still DPOY. Cat, Most Improved. And then the Cavs are still that team. Kyle Lowry, All NBA first team. Whoa, I see why. He could have 2 players on All NBA first team. AD 25 and 12, and then Chris Bosh still here. Westbrook, Curry still here. A place I was gonna try and send Dwight was to Washington, but they did not really have. First of all, they didn't have any picks, and they didn't have any players, so they're in a rough situation. I don't know if Steph is going to be a Wizard for his whole career. This didn't win Most Improved Player. I almost looked over the fact that Dennis Schroeder just made an All-NBA team. Utah must have been awful. Giannis, yeah, I don't think Giannis is going to be the type of player he is in real life. Defensive teams, what's Rondo doing nowadays? He's getting 30. He's 31, but he's still that team is probably so good defensively still. Let's look at some of our rookies. Jamal Murray, J.J. Owens, I don't know who that is. Brandon Ingram, Gary Payton II. Okay. And then we've got like Pascal. We got Jaylen Brown. Then Damian Jones. Okay. Phoenix 1 seed, Cleveland 1 seed, Milwaukee and Minnesota 2 seed. Yeah, Kyle Lowry could have won MVP, man. With those numbers, for sure. All right, let's get through. Charlotte beat Milwaukee, so they beat like Gilbert Arenas and Kevin Love and stuff. Charlotte, this is like Joe Johnson, right? Yeah, Brandon Roy, Joe Johnson, and then this Garrison guy. That's really the only big upset, but it looks like they're about to get eliminated anyways. We have a 1-2, we have a 1-3. This team is just so crazy, dude. That Raptors team, dude, is so crazy. The Cavs, they might be going through some injuries, or maybe they're just getting worse. I don't know. They're still a good team as well, but and then there's this team out for Minnesota. I don't know if I realized that Devin Booker got drafted to Phoenix. Maybe I did. It's been a few days since I've recorded this, but that's not something I remember. I think we're having a Phoenix Toronto um conference final. I would be correct as of right now. Cavs out. If Minnesota wins, we go to game 7. Looks like we're gonna have a game 7. Okay. Carmelo tried, Jeremy Lin tried, but Butler and Lowry both put up 30 bombs at 30 point, almost triple doubles. Wow. Um, Game 7, Western Conference Final. Let's see. You know, my pick is the Suns. Just I think that they were too overwhelming. Yeah. I look like I will be correct. Um, Jeremy Lin 37, and he's hurt still. Bosch at 22. Melo had a stinky game. He fouled out in 26 minutes. Butler tried, but Lowry didn't give them much. All right. They put remote sessions, excuse me, down at the 2. Yeah, I don't think they're beating that Toronto team. Yeah, I just don't see it. Anthony Davis. AD and KD is a crazy duo because they're not really that old yet. Retirements. Pierce. Yao Ming calling it? No, no way. Oh wait, who's still down here? Jamal Crawford? No way. Why are these players trying to call it so early? Like Manu, you're still good. Okay, we did him last year. But like you can still be valuable somewhere, even though you might switch teams. Chris Kaman did a decent bounce back of a career, I guess. Not yet. Hall of Fame Manu. So 6-time All-Star, 2-time All-NBA first team, a couple defensive teams. Nothing too crazy though. Historic changes. So now there's a different timeout system and the all-star captains. There's all-star captains now. And then a bunch of branding. Pretty much every team in the league. League meetings. Yep. And yep. And then draft lottery. All right, we are at our top 4. Bulls get pick 4. Pelicans. Nope. All right, Clippers. They picked Jaylen Brown last year, so Nuggets and Pelicans. And the Pelicans will get the first overall pick, which before when we looked at the stuff before, it looked like it said it might be Kuzma. I don't know if that's changed. I obviously don't do scouting for these teams, but we're gonna sit back and watch. So it's a super deep draft. So Tatum does go first. Nuggets take Mitchell, where he got drafted in real life. Clippers, they take Markkanen. All right. Who the Bulls take? We just said Pierce can't retire. Honestly, don't know really why I did that, but they take Dennis Smith Jr. Okay. Dennis Smith Jr. His rookie year was pretty much his best season. The Celtics take Lonzo. Okay. Clippers take Kuz. So Kuz looked like he had the highest overall before the year, but he drops to 6. OG goes to Miami. Okay. Jonathan Isaac goes to Minnesota. I can't think of who Minnesota has right now. Looks like a trade's coming. Terrence Ross and Kobe. Hey. Kobe's getting traded on draft night. Say what you want. And they take De'Aaron, bro. You got Stephen Curry already. All right, Sim. Frank Ntilikina, we saw John Collins, 77 went to 12th to the Mavericks. What a steal. Let's see what they So Kuzma is the highest overall, but he still fell to 6. Fultz, who is the real life, the first pick goes to Houston, who's building a whip over there. Hartenstein goes to Minnesota as well. Derek White goes to Cleveland, and Luke Kennard to the Raptors. And the Bulls get Josh Hart. There you go. All right, let's see what free agency holds for us. Wesley Murphy. Okay. Giannis restricted. Tyrus Thomas. Not a crazy free agency class, if I'm being honest. I'll look at the roster, see if there anything crazy has changed. And then we are going to get the 2018 draft, which is another one of probably the best draft classes of all time when it's all said and done, just like 2017. Luka, Ayton, and Bagley, sure, but Jaren, Trae Young, Colin Sexton, Mikal Bridges, and somewhere there he is, Shea, who, I mean, obviously we haven't done much scouting, but if he's going down there, someone might be getting a steal. Even this guy, he played for the Celtics during the championship run. Even Jalen Brunson, who went in the second round in real life. D'Anthony Melton. This got a lot of guards, so I would want to be at the top to get one of those guards. KD back to MVPs. This has to be like at least 4, right? 5. He won 4 in a row. Then LeBron won last year, and then he's back to winning MVP. And how many rings does he have? 3. He might be pushing the. He's definitely pushing for a GOAT. I'm not gonna lie, he's close. Tatum, 13, Rookie of the Year. Dusty Cobb, it's a name for sure. LeBron DPOI. Booker wins MIP. Yeah, that's improved. And then the Raptors are the 1 seed. Zach LaVine. Whoa, that's not most improved. Look at the efficiency jump on top of that. 34. I think that's almost the most we've seen. I think Dirk had a season where he averaged like 34.8 or something, but that's crazy. We saw these guys. Kyle Lowry. I'm sorry. Dennis Schroeder just averaged 27 again. That team isn't good at all. So it makes sense. His efficiency is garbage too. But when you're playing 37 minutes a night, okay, Giannis jumps into 20-point territory. Melo still doing his thing, and Bosch as well. Curry, 25. They were good. I was looking for a Curry trade, but they were like the 5th seed, so I didn't do it. And then Boogie. All right. Defensive teams. Mike Conley, defensive team. Okay, almost getting a block a game at 6'1". It's interesting. Let's look at some of our rookies. Mitchell. Doesn't look like this rookie class had a lot of wasn't that great. Kuzma. I mean, you probably could have given it to Kuzma if that's what he did off the bench. De'Aaron obviously off the bench because he's with Steph and them. Honestly, the second team looks like they had a better start to their careers than the first team. Golden State, the 1 seed. Okay, so Washington drops to 8. Maybe that's an off-season thing that we do with Curry. Detroit 2 seed and Phoenix still the 2 seed. I need to know how many times that they have gotten that 2 seed because it's crazy. So Minnesota beats Golden State. Memphis. So every lower seed just won out west. 5, 6, 7, 8. Every lower seed just won out west, while only the Cavs beat the Heat. Yeah, the Heat aren't that great. That's not Steph. Oh yeah, this team is not good. They must be going through an injury or something because that team sucks. Um, yeah, every lower seed just won out west. Um, wow. Okay. Okay, so the 8th seeded Timberwolves versus 6th seeded Spurs. This team was the Spurs were the 1 seed at the deadline, by the way. This team was literally the 1 seed at the deadline. They must have gone through some injuries. And then this Charlotte team, pretty well rounded, but I'm gonna say Detroit versus San Antonio. Okay, nope. I stand corrected. Detroit versus Minnesota. Okay. Detroit probably gets another, I would assume. Nope. Let's not assume yet. Game 7. If we jump in, we jump in. Detroit just ahead by a little bit. That little bit has grown to a lot of it. All right. Detroit Pistons, Kawhi averaged 28 and 6 to win Finals MVP. Player retirement, so Pierce calls it quits. Sure, go ahead. Dirk. See, I understand. Like, is it programmed for these guys to say, yeah, year 20, we're done? Because these guys should not be calling it quits. These guys both, I mean, Vince didn't average 20, but neither did Dirk, I guess. But, like, I'm saying no. Although so Vince is going. Maggette. That team was awful, so I guess I let them go. This team was okay. Ellen Brand, whole year life in Chicago, but nope. Jason Terry, sure. Quentin Richardson, Zach Randolph, calling it quits. I'm gonna say no if I can. Petrus might be in the Hall of Fame, low key, with what he did. Sasha Vujacic, this whole team just trying to retire. Like, what's going on? See, Hall of Fame. So Vince Carter, 13-time All-Star, no championships. He was an elite scorer while he was here. Paul Pierce, 9-time All-Star, 2-time Final MVP. Not a lot of teams, but he was on some pretty good teams. And then Ellen Brand was on a bunch of defensive teams. Yeah. Okay. Let's see what jersey retirements. So just those 3. Okay. Shot clock resets, 1 possession. Okay. And then just some more branding. Yep. And then draft lottery.
Free.
All right, here we go. 4th pick goes to Denver. I have no clue who the top 3 teams are, but we'll see. So Portland is one of them. Okay, so it's Chicago gets 3. So Portland and thing gonna tell me, reporter, Portland and the Celtics. Okay, yeah, the Celtics were really bad. I forgot about that. The first overall pick goes to the Portland Trailblazers. Okay. NBA draft. I would assume Luka goes first. After that, don't really know where teams head. Marvin Bagley or DeAndre Ayton. Maybe DeAndre Ayton has a resurgence. Let's watch. Portland takes they don't take Luka. No way. No way they don't take Luka. That's insane. I mean, DeAndre Ayton was a good player, but like, geez. The Bulls. Dennis Schroeder has averaged 27 for 2 years in a row. Charlie Villanueva has been passed around the past few years at the trade deadline. But the Jazz giving up 2 picks for Dennis Schroeder, I'm going to say no. The Bulls are bad. They just lost a bunch of their guys. So I'm going to say no. and they take Trae Young. Denver takes Mo Bamba. Okay. The Thunder will take Marvin Bagley. All right. I can't believe Portland passed on Luca. They took DeAndre Ayton when they have Marc Gasol on the team. Unless Marc Gasol's a free agent, they're not bringing him back. I just don't. They really. Why? I don't understand why this is. Are the Sixers a relatively good team? This is the second time they really want to get off of this, so I'm gonna say yes this time because I don't. They really want to do this for whatever reason. So they want to do it, then they can do it. Colin Sexton. I mean, okay, maybe they just want to reset, but they have a pick also right there. But whatever. Wendell goes to the Pacers. We haven't seen Shea or Jalen Brunson get picked yet. Orlando will take Robert Williams. Okay, so where does so Jazz get Colin Sexton and Mitchell Robinson. So Shea goes 12th to the Kings. And then Mikal goes to the Knicks. That's cool. Miles goes to the Wizards. D'Anthony, where DiVincenzo's really bad, okay. Jalen Brunson goes to the Nets. Hey, if he turns out to be something and he's there with Wade and Braun, it's gonna be a scary sight. But free agency. So Steph's unrestricted. Okay, the Wizards are bringing him back. This Dante Green guy. Oh, do they not have the money for him, Houston? That's unfortunate. Embiid's restricted. Harden. Okay, Boogie, Levine, PG. Yeah, it looks like they're prioritizing PG over the Dante Green kid. Okay, let's go to player progression. So this team just getting better. They now have a really good center. They've been running lower overall, like less than 80 overall. Now they have an 85, and this starting lineup looks even more elite. That's just so crazy. They've got 492 overall players. So this team did not bring back the Dante Green kid. Okay. Kind of surprised. Dante Green had been a big player in this simulation. This team was good, but it looks like they've got this year as their window before they need to do something else. Devin Booker is now at 88. So this team scoring just got even more insane because he averaged 21 last year. He still averaged 24, and he averaged 27. That team might get back towards the finals. This team's not the greatest of all time. This team picked DeAndre Ayton. I mean, he is almost an 80 overall, but I would assume Luka was like an 82. Clay 84, and I don't like that because now it looks like they passed up on Luka and the Celtics got him. The time somebody passes, not many people like that get passed up on except for like the Seth Weber guy in 2008 for Derrick Rose, and the Celtics just happened to be the team that got second. Tatum jumps 5. This team is super old. This team is bad. Dirk. Wow, that team is really bad. Okay. This team doesn't look great anymore. This team is just crazy. I mean, I assume AD is coming back. But this team is just so crazy. Memphis looks like such a fun team. Oh my God, they didn't bring Jokic back. Oh my God, now they've got these guys. I've got to put one of them as a 4, right? Because they also have Bam. I've got to make one of them a 4. I've got to. I'm making this guy a 4 because that's what Jokic was doing. I can't believe they let Jokic go. The Hornets just getting old and worse. Makes sense. This team doesn't look the worst. They're trying to do something here. They traded for Dennis Schroeder, which I actually don't mind that trade now that I look at what this team looks like. So Gilbert Arenas is gone. Oh no, he's not. He's just old. I didn't realize Gilbert Arenas was this old. So Steph, where's De'Aaron? So De'Aaron he's fine to be up off the bench. He's not even an 80 yet. The fact that we are this far and we haven't seen Jokic, Dante Green, any of those players mean that they're probably sitting in free agency. This guy wasn't. Oh no, he was here. This team is really bad. Yeah, Luka's an 81. He's gonna be playing the 3. Okay. The Clippers are young and fun. Cat, D'Lo, Lou Will's not young, but they got Valanciunas, they got Jaylen Brown, they got Markkanen, they got Kuzma. This was the same draft. They had the 3rd pick and the 6th pick. I didn't even realize that. Even they drafted Kevin Knox down there too. This team was super fun when they had Rondo, Drew, Middleton. Oh, Rudy Gay's right there. He's just older. And then Tyson Chandler is still old. Wiggins, 21. This team was trying to get off Dennis Schroeder. I mean, they did, but what cost? Pow. This team's not great. Dante Exum, 1st overall pick. That's right. That's right. He's an 88 overall. This is a nice duo. LA is trying to build something here. It doesn't look too bad, honestly. Joakim Noah is kind of old, but this guy, Levine, just averaged 34, and I can see why. This team not good outside the top 2, and honestly, D Wade is getting worse and worse by the day. Ben Simmons. This team was young. This team got D Mitch, who was the 2nd pick. They got Ben Simmons, who was 1st the year before. Mo Bamba's down there. Pacers haven't been able to do too much. And then we're back at the Pistons. So, yeah, Jokic and the Dante Green are sitting in free agency because we didn't see them. Yeah, free agency. And then Jokic, free agency. Okay. So I will let you know where they go once they officially sign. So Jokic went to the Celtics. He's playing with Luka for a season, I guess, and Dante Green went to Utah. Those are awful places for those teams to go because those teams are not good. Charlie Villanueva is getting dealt again. So the Celtics are getting him back. He was on the Celtics, I believe. Funny enough. I almost want to go and look so you guys can see this. Yeah, look at this. Boston, Utah, Boston, Philly, and now he's back in Boston. He went from he was played for Boston 3 times in 5 years, 4 years. Like, I don't know why he's getting moved around so often. Steph's on the move. He's on the move. He's going to play with Boogie, Dale Valentine, Jermaine Pittman, and Dion Waiters. He's going to slide nicely in that point guard. Malcolm Brogdon can come off the bench. Yeah, he's on a relatively big deal, but they can make the money work here. 3 first-round picks, completely unprotected. Similar package. James Harden's getting dealt to the Portland Trailblazers, and he's going to be over here with Marcus Gasol, Jordan Farmar. Give this team a jump. They're not very bad. I think they're like the 7 seed currently, but that is where those players are going. LeBron is MVP again. Luka does win Rookie of the Year. Garrison Moncrief is now coming off the bench. Okay. LeBron, another TPOY. Peter Ogman, Most Improved. And John Stockton wins Coach of the Year. Lowry, Harden on his new team. LeBron, we saw AD is back. And then Jokic after signing his 1-year deal. Okay. Westbrook, Steph on his new team. We'll see how. So the Pacers and the Trailblazers are the two teams we got to look out for, as they obviously made big moves. Carmelo's still here. Ben Simmons, and then Boogie. Deep defensive teams. Rookie teams. So DeAndre Ayton had a good rookie. I mean, not the most efficient, but he was coming off the bench. Jalen Brunson averaged 12 and 5. Obama averaged 7. McLaughlin. Wow. Okay. Jaren, what did he do? Not very efficient. Same with Trae Young, but we could expect that from Trae Young. Then Robert Williams. All right. So Portland, okay, 8th seed. And then the Pacers are the 6th seed, okay? So Portland eliminates the 8th seed, or the 1 seed, excuse me. Indiana went to game 7 with Brooklyn and got destroyed because LeBron wanted to put up 50 and D Wade wanted to have a triple-double with 5 steals. And LeBron had 6 steals. Philly beat Toronto, which is kind of – Toronto had to have been hurt then. I don't – oh, although someone – Marcus Saul. Yeah, well, there's the end of that road. No, I guess. I mean, yeah, I mean, their center is, but I'm out of their top 3. And then the Clippers beat the young Clippers beat the Phoenix Suns. This team is so crazy. This Memphis team. I mean, that Clippers teams looks fun as well, but we'll see how that goes. Okay, so Memphis does win, and then Philly beats LeBron and them. This is the team, CJ and Embiid, pretty much. They might be at the end of their time, though, because that Detroit team is insane. I'm going to say Detroit versus Memphis is how we're going to go with this, and I would be correct. I'm going to say Detroit gets another. They do. Wow. All right. Player retirement. So Kobe is calling it quits after he got traded. He hasn't been good in a while. So honestly, I'm going to let him go. Dirk is calling it quits, even though how many minutes is he playing? 25. I mean, even though per 36, he's still a 30-point per game scorer almost. I wish he would stick around for like as long as possible. But it seems like once these guys get to 40, they're just programmed to call it quits. Zach Randolph. Okay, nope, never mind then. And yeah, all right. Hall of Fame, Dirk, 2 MVPs. We are gonna look at NBA history because we are going into 2020. Oops, I did not mean to back out. Kobe, no MVPs, no championships, 1-time first team All NBA. Not a great career for Kobe. I honestly don't know how he's in the Hall of Fame. Jason Richardson, 8-time All-Star, couple times making an All NBA team, and then a bunch of defensive teams. Historic changes, so coach's challenge, the Kobe All-Star game, and whatever. 4 picks are done random weighted draw. 3 worst teams, and then a bunch of draft things, pretty much league meetings. That all checks out. And then we've got the NBA draft. Holy, what did the San Antonio San Antonio was really bad, but Dame was hurt. Also, Dame had a season-ending injury, so that makes sense. I don't know what that Utah trade is from, but holy, the Celtics might be walking away with. This is John Zion, I believe. Here we are. The Kings get the 4th pick. 2 of the Celtics picks already have dropped. The 6th and the 5th. Magic have 7th. I don't know really who else is here. We've got Atlanta. Okay, so it's between Atlanta and the Celtics for the first overall pick again. The winner of the 2nd pick goes to Atlanta. And the Celtics get the 1st pick via San Antonio. Wow. Okay. Hey man, it happens. 1st pick, automatic, and they take Zion. Okay. All right. Yeah. I mean, so the Hawks, I would assume, take Ja. Yes. Who else is in this? I know there's other good players. I just don't. Whoa, ooh, Brandon Clark went 3rd. Whoa. The Kings take. Oh yes, RJ. So they like Cam Reddish, DeAndre Hunter. The Celtics want Brook Lopez, and the Magic get a pick. I mean, yeah, sure. I mean, they don't need all 3 of these picks, so if they want to do that, then go for it. The Magic, even though they have a pick right there. Okay, so they take Bull. They clearly had their eyes on a different center. That's why they got rid of Brook. And the Celtics take Jackson Hayes. We'll see who the Magic take. And Tyler Hero. Pretty good draft for the Magic, I would say. See how those players turn out, of course. PJ went to the Rockets. Kobe White Nuggets. Cam Reddish went to the Mavs. DeAndre Hunter went to the Clippers. And then the Bucks get Garland. Lou Dort went to the Suns. That's cool. Free agency. Screen guy's back. Looks like he might be going out to New Orleans. Kemba staying with the Rockets. Mavericks look like they're going to try and snag a Jokic. All right. We'll see how this turns out. So Kyrie has food poisoning. That sucks, but he has food poisoning. Wow, this team is kind of bad. I guess I can make this guy a 3 again. Sixers, okay. What did Dennis Schroeder do in this new role? Okay. Still almost 20. Kevin Love, 30 years old. Seems kind of bad, not gonna lie. Wizards kind of bad after trading Curry, but they're going towards their reset since they couldn't do much with Curry. The Bulls just love centers, I guess. They had Clint Capella at one time, but I guess they let him go. I guess we can make Miles Turner a 4. Pretty good defensive unit there. Cleveland's getting old. Luka jumps. So Zion, Alonzo, and Luka. That's a crazy group of players. And then who else did they draft? They drafted someone else. Oh, Jackson Hayes, that's right. And then they traded for Brook Lopez. This team is so young and fun. I mean, these like top 6 players. I mean, they even got Tyreek Evans, Kevin Knox. They got a lot of players over there. This team's going to be bad coming up, too. They got Jaren, who's getting better. This team's not great either. Neither. A lot of mediocrity right now. This team, the Lakers haven't done anything in a while. What did Levine do? Oh, still almost averaged 29. Some of his players are getting slowly better, but not crazy better. This team is rough. Is LeBron going to be a one-team guy? That's something we got to figure out. I mean, he's still a 97, but he's 34. Might be something we got to figure out. Jokic, it's just destined to be. Now, this team looks insane with Donovan Mitchell. I mean, Damari Carroll is 33, but Ben Simmons and Jokic, that team looks crazy. So this team get a full year together. So I would expect them to be a top 5 seed. Because I mean, this team they almost have a whole starting lineup of 90 overalls. I don't know how they are able to afford. I would assume one of these guys go. I don't know if they can afford everything. The Rockets, they let that Dante Green guy go. Dwight, they didn't capitalize. They traded a lot for Dwight Howard but again, Dame was had a season-ending injury last year, so that's just kind of how these things go. These guys are finally getting worse, but Booker is jumping right back into 90 overall territory. Marcus Smart, some of the worst efficiency I've ever seen, but that makes sense. It's Marcus Smart, James Harden, Marcus Gasol, DeAndre Ayton. Okay. Might need to make Mark a 4. Actually, let's do that now because I'm going to forget if I don't do these things now. Because they need the best that they can get. Clay. This team has got a lot of well-roundedness, but not crazy good. Chris Paul, another guy that we might need to figure out if he's going to be here for a while. He's getting older, so he wouldn't be as expensive. Maybe he goes to a team like this because they got Dante and JT here. Orlando going towards, a little bit of a reset as well. Got a lot of point guards. This team so the Ramon Sessions is getting worse. So is Johan Petro, but the top 2 are still the top 2, and we are back. All right, let's take a look. We're going to end this episode by looking at NBA history. So McGrady is going to retire. That's fine. So let's take a look.